Billionaire's shocking outburst at dinner. A birthmark unveils a deadly family secret. The evening was alive with the clinking of glasses and soft chatter at the Golden Lily, a fancy restaurant where sparkling chandeliers cast a warm glow over tables filled with well-dressed guests. For 12-year-old Lily, a shy waitress with big, curious eyes, this world of wealth felt like a distant dream. She was an orphan, raised by a kind old woman named Mrs. Clara, who had found her as a baby near the bustling Maple Market. Lily knew little about her past, except for a strange, coin-shaped birthmark on her left wrist, which she always hid under her long sleeves. Lily's small hands trembled as she carried a heavy tray of steaming dishes to table 5, where 3 men in sharp suits were talking quietly. Her dark hair was tucked behind her ears, and her heart raced with nerves. "Enjoy your meal," she whispered, her voice soft as she set the plates down carefully. As she stepped back, her sleeve slipped, revealing her birthmark. One of the men, a young man named Ethan Carter, froze. His glass of water slipped from his hand, shattering on the marble floor. "Stop," Ethan shouted, his voice loud and sharp, cutting through the restaurant's hum. Everyone turned to stare. Lily's tray crashed to the floor, plates breaking and hot soup splashing on her legs. She didn't feel the burn, only fear. Her wide eyes locked on Ethan, who stood up, his face pale. "Who's your mother?" he demanded, staring at her wrist. Lily's heart pounded. I don't know," she stammered, clutching her wrist. "I never had a mother." Tears welled up as she backed away, confused and scared. Ethan's friends tried to calm him. "Ethan, she's just a kid," one said, but Ethan waved them off, his eyes fixed on the birthmark. "Tell me where you got that mark," he insisted. "I don't know," Lily cried, tears streaming down her face. "Mrs. Clara found me as a baby at Maple Market. That's all I know." The restaurant manager rushed over, looking worried. Ethan turned to him. "I need to talk to her alone, now," he said firmly. The manager nodded, unsure but agreeing, and pointed to a quiet corner near a grand staircase. Lily hesitated, her feet heavy, but Ethan's intense gaze made her follow. In the corner, his voice softened, though it still carried urgency. "Lily, I need the truth. Who gave you that birthmark?" She shook her head, her voice small. "I told you everything. Mrs. Clara found me. I don't remember anything else." Ethan leaned closer, his eyes searching hers. "Which market? Where do you live? I need to meet Mrs. Clara." Lily shrank back. "Why? I don't even know you. You're scaring me." Ethan took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "Listen, Lily, my mother, Sarah, had the same birthmark. She died 12 years ago, around the time you were born. I need to know if you're connected to me. If you are, I'll protect you. Don't you want to know who you really are?" Lily's fear mixed with a spark of hope. She'd always wondered about her family, about where she came from. Slowly, she nodded. "Okay, I'll take you to Mrs. Clara. But please don't hurt her." Ethan's face softened. "I promise, I won't." They left the Golden Lily in Ethan's sleek black car, heading toward the Clover District, the poorest part of the city. Lily felt out of place in the soft leather seats, her stomach twisting with worry. Ethan's mind raced. If Lily was his sister, it meant his mother, Sarah, had hidden her birth from their powerful family, a family known for its wealth and strict rules. When they reached Mrs. Clara's tiny, rundown house, Lily stepped inside first. Mrs. Clara was sewing by the faint light of a candle, her hands slow and shaky. She looked up, surprised. "Lily, you're home early. Who's this?" she asked, eyeing Ethan's fancy suit. Ethan stepped forward, his voice steady but serious. "Mrs. Clara, I'm Ethan Carter. Tell me about Lily's birthmark." Mrs. Clara's face went pale, her hands trembling. "Why do you ask?" Ethan pulled out an old photo of his mother, Sarah, her wrist clearly showing the same coin-shaped mark. "Is this Lily's mother? Tell me the truth." Mrs. Clara's eyes widened, and her voice shook. "I found Lily next to her mother's body near Maple Market. The woman had that same mark. I buried her myself in Willow Field, in secret." Ethan's knees buckled, and he grabbed the wall for support. "My mother died there. Why didn't you tell anyone?" Mrs. Clara's eyes filled with tears. "A man came looking for the baby. He was scary, powerful. He told me never to speak of it. He wore suits like yours. Mr. Carter. Ethan's heart sank. He knew who she meant, his father. Victor Carter. A cold, ruthless businessman. Had Victor hidden a terrible secret? Even from him? Ethan knelt in front of Lily. His voice gentle but firm. Lily, I'll find the truth. You deserve to know who you are. Lily's eyes shone with tears. But she nodded, brave despite her fear. I want to know, even if it's hard. That night, under a silvery moon, Ethan and Lily went to Willow Field, a lonely place where the air felt heavy with secrets. Ethan's flashlight lit the way as they walked, Lily staying close, her hand covering her birthmark as if it held answers she wasn't ready for. They found the spot Mrs. Clara described, a patch of earth unmarked but heavy with history. Ethan knelt and dug with his bare hands, the cold soil staining his fingers. Lily watched, her breath quick and shallow. Do you think our mother's really here? She whispered. Ethan looked up, his eyes soft but determined. If Mrs. Clara's telling the truth, yes, we have to find out. His fingers hit something hard. With shaking hands, he pulled out a tarnished silver necklace. In the moonlight, he read the name engraved on it, Sarah. Ethan's eyes filled with tears as memories of his mother flooded back, her warm smile, her gentle voice. He turned to Lily, his voice breaking. This was our mother's. Sarah's here. We found her. Lily stepped closer, tears rolling down her cheeks. She's really my mother, she whispered, feeling a connection to the past she'd never known. But their moment was interrupted by footsteps crunching on dry grass. Ethan pulled Lily behind a bush. Their breaths held tight. A tall man appeared, James Holt, a loyal servant of the Carter family. His cold eyes scanned the ground, and he spoke into a phone, unaware of Ethan and Lily. Someone's been here. They found Sarah's grave, he said, his voice tense. We need to cover this up fast. Ethan's blood boiled. James had worked for his father since Ethan was a boy. But now his true role was clear. He guarded the Carter family's darkest secrets. Lily whispered, what do we do? Ethan's jaw tightened. We can't let him hide the truth. I'll distract him. You run to the car and call the police. No. Lily grabbed his arm. I can't leave you. Ethan put his hands on her shoulders, his eyes steady. Trust me, Lily. I'll be okay. Go. He stepped out, facing James boldly. James Holt, Ethan said, his voice sharp. James turned, startled, his eyes narrowing. Ethan Carter. I told your father you'd dig too deep one day. It'll cost you. You won't get away with this. Ethan shot back. James moved closer, his voice low. You think the truth will save you? Your father made sure Sarah's shame stayed buried. Ethan's anger flared. My mother's only shame was trusting people like you. James lunged, but Ethan dodged, and they fought under the moonlight, each fueled by desperation. James was stronger, pinning Ethan to the ground. Just as Ethan struggled, police lights flashed, and sirens wailed. Officers poured out, weapons drawn. Lily had reached the car and called for help. James tried to run but was caught and handcuffed. Lily ran to Ethan, throwing her arms around him. I was so scared, she sobbed. Ethan hugged her tightly. You were brave, Lily. You saved us. The police found Sarah's remains, along with a small ring engraved with the Carter family crest, a sign of the family's betrayal. Ethan knelt by his mother's grave, grief and anger mixing inside him. He vowed to get justice for her. At the police station, James confessed to following orders but wouldn't say who gave them. The officer looked at Ethan gravely. Mr. Carter, James said Sarah's death wasn't just about Lily's birth. There's something darker in your family. Ethan's heart raced. The secrets were deeper than he'd imagined. He turned to Lily. Are you ready for what's next? She squeezed his hand, her eyes fierce. We'll face it together. The next day, Ethan and Lily went to the Carter family mansion, a grand but cold place that seemed to hold years of pain in its walls. They walked through the empty halls, their footsteps echoing, until they reached the study where Victor Carter spent his days. The door was slightly open, revealing Victor behind a large desk, his face tired and hollow. He looked older, as if the truth had aged him overnight. Victor's eyes met Ethan's, empty of warmth. You found her, he said quietly, almost defeated. Ethan placed the silver necklace on the desk. Why did you do it? Why was Sarah a threat? Victor sighed, his voice heavy with regret. Our family has strict rules. Ethan, Sarah broke them. She chose love over duty, kindness over power. When she had Lily, your grandfather saw it as a disgrace. To him, she ruined the Carter name. Lily's voice shook. Did you try to save my mother? Victor's eyes filled with shame. I was weak, scared. I believed my father's lies, that only sons mattered, that a daughter would shame us. But I loved Sarah. Her death broke me. Ethan's fists clenched. You stayed quiet, hid her murder, kept Lily from us. How could you? Victor looked down, tears falling. I was a coward. By the time I realized my mistake, James had already taken Sarah away. Silence filled the room. Lily stepped closer, her voice soft but hurt. Did my mother ever hold me? Did she say my name? Victor's shoulders shook. Yes, her last wish was for you to be free from this family's darkness. She died to protect you. Ethan took Lily's hand, his voice strong. Then we'll honor her wish. The Carter name won't stand for shame anymore. Lily's my sister, and we'll build something new. Victor nodded, his voice barely a whisper. Maybe you're stronger than I was. Make sure our family's wrongs end with me. Ethan and Lily left the study, pausing at the mansion's entrance. Ethan looked back at the house that had hidden so much pain. Lily held his arm tightly. Do you think Sarah would be proud of us? She asked softly. Ethan smiled, his eyes misty. Yes, she'd love that we chose truth and justice. Weeks later, Victor turned himself in to the police. The Carter fortune was taken, but a small fund Sarah had hidden was untouched. Ethan and Lily used it to start a foundation in Sarah's name, helping lost children and breaking cycles of family secrets. Lily, once a lonely orphan, grew stronger, her courage inspiring others. Ethan found peace in sharing his family's truth, determined to protect future generations from their mistakes. One calm afternoon, Ethan and Lily stood by Sarah's new gravestone, a simple marker surrounded by soft grass. Ethan laid down white roses, Sarah's favorite flower. Lily touched the stone, smiling through tears. Thank you, Mom, for everything. Ethan put an arm around her. We made it through. Lily, a gentle breeze moved through the trees, like Sarah's voice, offering love and pride. Lily looked up, her eyes bright. This isn't the end, is it? It's a new start. Ethan nodded, his heart full. A new start for both of us.